We are the Academic Distinction Fund, better known in this community as ADF, and we partner with the East Baton Rouge Parish School System to help close the achievement gap. And at this point, our focus is on pre-kindergarten, getting children ready to learn by kindergarten and first grade.
And what's today's topic?
Well, today's topic is just so important, and that is mental health and young children, looking at our youth, looking at children right after birth and in the pre-K years, and the important information that we need to know that helps us know how to work with children who may be showing signs in this area of mental health, as well as how to determine if maybe there are some problems here. And we have, I think, one of the best presenters in our Distinguished Speaker Series in this topic, Dr. Charles Zeanah from Tulane University, who will address our audience today on really the signs related to mental health with young children and adolescents and youth, but particularly focusing on those the young children in the preschool years. So he's done years of research in this area. He has written prolifically in this area, and he's going to come with some answers as well, which is going to be so important.
The concern is really that the first few years of life provide the foundation of experience for the rest of our lives, and increasingly we've recognized that the kinds of experiences children have in the earliest years may have lasting effects on their development. So whatever we can do to enhance the quality of those experiences will help children get on healthy developmental trajectories.
What does the research say in terms of being successful, being able to do that?
Well, there's an increasing amount of research that suggests for approaches that try to enhance relationships between children and their caregivers, particularly parents, that many enhancements in their development will follow from that.
You know, the studies show that it's important for children to get a high-quality pre-K education, and so ADF, when it switched its focus, we focused on the high-quality pre-K, and these are the types of events that can come in. We can show people during our Distinguished Speaker Series how to achieve those goals. The mental health that Dr. Zeanah talked about, all the number of speakers we had last year, I think they've created a sort of fervor in the community to help kids.
Prevention, like treatment, involves providing support to families so that they can provide the kind of nurturance that allows children to thrive.
This is information I wish can be conveyed to all of the parents and educators in our community. Mental health in the early childhood development stages is something that has not been talked about a great deal in this community, yet if you turn on the news every day, there's a lot of issues that we're dealing with, and if they could be addressed at the earliest stages, I don't think we would be where we are in terms of some of the crimes and some of the socioeconomic issues that we're experiencing in this community. One of the biggest efforts that we're putting forth is a collaboration between the mayor's office, law enforcement, and the district attorney to come up with this big facility to address the truancy issue. You know, it's one thing to identify the problems and bring all of the different parties and stakeholders to the table, but what type of support mechanisms are in place? So I think the information that has been conveyed today can help address that. It's one thing to identify it, but what are we doing to address it?
It's very important in order to reduce the number of students that we have to serve in neglected and delinquent facilities that we work with them early on in the early stages, 0 to 3, and then now in pre-kindergarten.
Are you encouraged by the attention paid to this issue?
Absolutely. It's what we need, and we need it now, and we need many people to support us in this community effort.
We must have this kind of knowledge if we're going to deal with the students we have in our parish. If we're going to provide them the best opportunities to succeed, we've got to have the kind of information that we're going to be given today, the kind of information ADF has provided throughout the year with their Distinguished Speakers Series. Teachers and those who help teachers to help students, this is the information they all need.
Early experience matters. The kinds of experiences that children have not only affect their brain development, but also their behavior, and in fact, get under the skin and have long-term implications for their health as well as mental health.
ExxonMobil has a long history in community outreach, and what ADF has to offer is quite parallel with our objectives, which is to promote and improve the education, especially along the lines of STEM projects. And we're very proud to support and be in partnership with ADF because we do feel that the development and the enhanced education of children will help make a better workforce for tomorrow.
I'm really proud to talk about the Distinguished Speaker Series. We went through a full year last year, and our third-party evaluator did show that we were highly successful in the Distinguished Speaker Series with a total overall rating of a 4.68 out of a possible 5.0. Now, ADF saw a tremendous need for educating our public on what it takes to get children ready for pre-kindergarten and first grade. And also, of course, kindergarten. And so we established the Distinguished Speaker Series as free community education. And there's no way we could do this without the generous support of our private corporations and businesses who partner with us within the Academic Distinction Fund. We have had topics on everything from brain development to helping our parents engage with their children at school and at home, to health, nutrition, and obesity prevention, all very important topics in this community. Not to mention the outstanding session we had on the economics and return on investment in investing in early childhood development and education. This year we have some of the best topics. Today's topic of mental health and young children, and then coming up we have a longitudinal study, the Abecedarian Project, which is a 30-year longitudinal study that shows early investments and staying the course all do pay off high dividends in early childhood, and also helping children be successful as they continue to matriculate through school and go on to college and in the careers. I think this community is going to really be excited about the Distinguished Speaker session that we're going to have on infusing the arts in school, because we know that early exposure to the arts can impact, and we have studies that show this, that impact literacy, reading, language arts, and school success of children. We're going to address poverty again, and we'll have a session on not totally dedicated to health, but we'll still do some work with health as well this year. So we're getting a tremendous response from our community. Today's session has over 300 people pre-registered to come and hear Dr. Charles Zeanah. And as we go forward with the Distinguished Speaker Series, we'll keep our ears to the ground. And what our community and our experts tell us are those leading topics that we need to bring to Baton Rouge to help children get prepared for kindergarten and first grade, and of course to succeed in school as well.
I think it just shows us how early we have to catch our kids before we lose them, and I think that's important for everybody to know, both parents, both educators, as well as business people in the community, so that we can have a better community.
We are very thankful again to the support from our communities to help broaden and expand our contact base. We have, they can contact by phone, 225-922-4560, also through our website, adfbr.org. We now have Facebook, and we're available on Twitter, and we've started some blogging. So there's just no excuse for anyone not to know about what ADF is doing with the Distinguished Speakers Series.